Hello, guys. This is Kevin. Today, I want to talk on a very important topic, which is the output. Well, what is it? The output is just the result of the input, what we know as comprehensible input, which I have explained it in previous videos. That it is getting so much information in that target language so that you acquire the language and not learn it, and the result of that will be that you will manage the language in a natural way. You will acquire it. And the problem is, after a long time, people say, I feel frustrated because I can understand when I read, when I listen, I can watch an entire series on English, for example, and I can't speak at the end. I can understand everything, but I can't talk and I cannot express myself when it comes to talking with native speakers. I really cannot express myself. And I want to talk about this because I also went through this process when I was younger, when I was just getting started on this. And the thing is that yes, the hypothesis of the comprehensible input is correct. Once we get a lot of comprehensible input, it will naturally come out. But the reality is that we need to dare ourselves to speak as well. And that's what many of us are not doing. We want to speak one day, to wake up one day and speak naturally, very cool, like by magic. And it's not like that. Let me give you this situation. You are a bodybuilder, you go to the gym, and you just train your arms and your chest, but you don't train your legs. So what's gonna happen? That your arms will be very strong and your chest, but your legs will be weak because you haven't trained that area. And the same is with languages. Remember that we have four main skills with languages, which is speaking, listening, reading, and writing. So we should improve the four of them depending on our desires. If you have, for example, a job interview and you need to improve your speaking skills, well, then just focus on that. Get a lot of comprehensible input and practice a lot your speaking. But if your goal is to understand very complex material, you want to understand very difficult books, then you should read a lot on that. But the thing is that if we have that desire of talking, we really have to practice that area. Whenever we have the chance to do it, we gotta go for it. We gotta talk. And it means that we will be open, to expose our mistakes. And that's what many of us do not like. We don't like to expose our mistakes. We want to pretend we do not make mistakes, and that's totally incorrect. No, no, no. We really have to practice, and on the way there will be a bunch of mistakes you will make. I tell you this by self experience, and let me tell you that that's the only way you can reach fluency and you can improve day after day. But yeah, people do not understand that so many times, and they just sit down, they get their notebooks, and even though they understand a lot, they never get to speak. The more you speak, the better you will do it. Of course, always accompanied by the comprehensible input. Do not stop watching your series. Do not stop, watching videos on YouTube. Something that I really do is whenever I'm reading a book or whenever I'm watching a series or a video on YouTube and I find something I didn't know, I try to repeat it in the moment. Like that helps my tone easy to say it properly. Because there are so many times that we think we can say something easily, but the result is not that easy. We get lost and we lose ideas, we cannot pronounce very well, but that's because of lack of practice. Do not forget that practice makes perfect. So if you really want to talk, number one, get as much comprehensible input as you want. And number two, activate that skill of speaking. And how can you do it if you don't have friends, if you're not living in the United States, for example, if you don't have friends that talk English? Well, number one, internet is such a great tool for you to get to practice with real people. Lingualo is one of those apps. You can use Skype to meet new people and have video calls with them and practice your skills. You can receive feedback from that. So that's a very nice tool. And number two, you can join a group of people. It can be in a school, in a academy where you can practice with your teacher. You can get feedback. You can practice with your friends. But always try to get involved into an environment where that language is happening. In this case, it can be English, but if you're learning French, German, Chinese, these same tips apply to all of them. So you want to talk, get comprehensible input, and activate that skill. Do not feel worried about making mistakes. Just go for it. Whenever you're talking to somebody, like to a native speaker, they do not focus on your mistakes. They focus on the message, just on that. But on our minds, we're like, oh, they're noticing all the mistakes I'm making. No, as long as they understand us, they will not pay attention to that because they're not waiting for that moment where you know make that mistake. No, it's not like that. So don't forget it. Keep getting comprehensible input and start talking. That's gonna be the key for you. And do not expect it to be super fast. Of course, it depends on how much time you invest on it, how much time you work on that. But it might take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. As I said, it depends on you, on how much effort you put in it. But if you were wondering why you were struggling with speaking, yeah, that's the answer. Start activating it. And yeah, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. Subscribe so you can receive more content like this every week and learn how to learn languages. Thank you very much. See you next time.